Growing up, I mean, I was one of those kids that was just always outside, always playing, getting into trouble. I grew up with my two older brothers, my brother Andy and my brother Tony. At the age of 5, my mom passed away. She died of a pulmonary embolism, which is basically like a blood clot in your chest. But fortunately, I was able to move in with my aunt, who was my mom's sister, and she took us 3 in and did the best she could with what she had, and it was just remarkable. I'm able to sit here and talk to you right now. So, at an early age, as a young kid, I was sexually abused by a friend of our family, and obviously I don't wish that upon anybody else. But now, being an older man, a husband, a father, I look back on that as my motivation and my driving force to affect change and really just be a positive light for somebody that has gone through those things, whether it be mental, physical, sexual abuse. I've really tried to become an advocate for change when it comes to that. So basically, my best friend Ali, my best friend Cam, best friend Devin, and my best friend Erie, you kind of knew like instantly that we were gonna be a clique. We were gonna be tight. Literally from day one, when Ali and his dad showed up to the dorms, first day of like fall camp, and we're like moving everybody in, I was like, yo, this like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, this is the guy. And I was really excited, because I had really just been yearning for a relationship with, good people, man. Like, I had transferred from junior college, and that was hard enough as it is. Like, you're trying to make ends meet with basically nothing, and, figuring out, trying to get a scholarship to school, and then, you leave that and you come to a new university, so you're trying to meet new people. But I knew from the jump, like, just from talking to Ali, like, that was this dude was about something. We never wanted to be average. Our crew was like, yo, we're trying to get to the top. Like, it's by any means necessary. But when we do that, we got to take somebody with us. We got to teach them how we did that. And that's the beauty of our crew, man. Like, one person can make it, and everybody else is coming with. Like, when one person eats, like, everybody eats. I guess it was my junior year. It was right around the time when President Obama was getting elected into office. I had a bad breakup with my girlfriend at the time. A lot of people thought I was acting up because of that, but little did I know, like, I had never really dealt with any of the mental health issues that I had as a kid growing up. So I broke up with my girlfriend, and I think I hit rock bottom, because it was finally that moment that like everything came out, and I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with the pressure. I couldn't deal with the anxiety and the severe depression that was coming with that. Just so happened that one night, man, literally, I'll never forget it, man. I was running down the street, and like I just couldn't beat the anxiety. Like, my heart was just pounding. And I had ran for like 5-6 miles at that time. And I stopped, and I'm just like, man, fuck it. Like, this is it. Like, I can't deal with this anymore. Like, it's time. Like, it's over with. Like, I can't do this anymore. From what I remember, I wrote out a text message to some people, basically saying like, hey man, this is it. I love you. I'm sorry for what I did. I really don't remember anything after that, but I do remember waking up in my room and literally the EMTs taking the belt off of my neck, rubbing my chest to basically like revive me and bring me back. And I just remember seeing my boy Ali like just standing there completely out of it, amazed at the fact that I would try to take my own life. I had felt at the time that I felt like I let so many people down, but I also felt like, I was like, damn, like I really just did that. I'm in the hospital, my family comes. Man, I can't even tell you how just upset I was just to see the look on my aunt's face when she saw me in the bed, and she's just like, why would you do this? Like, why didn't you tell us? And I'm like, I've been trying to tell you for forever. and I felt like nobody would listen, growing up. I never really felt like I could go to anybody. I never really felt like I had that influence, that real strong male influence to be able to like get my problems out and be able to tell people, hey, there's something wrong with me. Like I'm having suicidal thoughts. I'm having, severe like anxiety. I'm having severe depression. Like I didn't feel like I could tell anybody that. That whole story, I guess part of my life is why it inspires me to change who I am and to have the courage to go to therapy and talk to a therapist and, share my story with you and share my story with everybody else, because I don't ever wish that upon anybody, like feeling low or feeling down and just feeling hopeless, like you can't even express your thoughts and you're afraid that everybody's going to judge you, for all the horrible things that have happened in your life. Like that was me years ago. But there's days where it's really hard to get out of bed, and I struggle and I fight. And my biggest way that I get out of it is I close my eyes and I think about my kids. I think about my family. I think about my wife. I also think about where I'm at. This is going into my 16th year of doing, strength conditioning and coaching. I'm just like, man, like I'm so amazed at like where I'm at today. And that ultimately like calms me down. It brings me to a place of just effortless joy. It just makes me feel good. And I just keep thinking about that stuff over and over and over again until I can like actually get up and get out of it. To me, highest level is everything, man. I think it's not living in a box. I think it's getting outside of the box and being as creative as you possibly can, but also like working to be the best you possibly can. Whatever version of that of yourself is, the best version of yourself. It's more than just selling hats and t-shirts. It's the vision that's behind it. It's the passion that's behind it. It's not letting yourself get to the point where life beats you down so much and you just forget about your dreams. It's saying, hey, all right, I'm going through a tough time right now, but I want to be at the highest level, so I have to act like I'm at the highest level. I need to do what other people do that are at the highest level of what they're doing. That's what it all is, man. My brother's name is Anthony David Eaton. It was August 14th, 2017, a month before his birthday. He was born on September 14th, and I get a call from my brother Andy, hysterical crying. And my brother Andy was just screaming, he was yelling, he's like, Tony. I'm like, calm down, man, like calm down, it's gonna be all right, like what's going on, like I can't hear you, like I don't understand, like just calm down. He's like, it's Tony. And he's like he had a heart attack. And I just couldn't believe it. And my brother just kept going on and on and on. And I couldn't understand what he was saying because he was just crying so bad and he was just losing it. And I was like, I gotta call you back. So I hung up on him, and he called me back like probably from what it seemed like 3-4 minutes later, and he was like, he's gone, man, he's gone, like he's gone. Like I couldn't even believe it, man. Just literally within like a couple minutes, like I couldn't even do anything. They said what happened, having complications with his insulin. He was actually playing poker on a Monday night, and he went outside to smoke a cigarette with one of his friends, and he was having a conversation with him, and all of a sudden, like, Tony just like fell over, eyes rolled back in his head, and he had like a massive heart attack. Just like, couldn't come back from it. They tried to revive him in the ambulance, and he was gone, man. Just a snap of a finger. That's why Forever 35 Foundation is everything to me, man. Like, it's It's my brother's legacy. It's telling people how good of a person he is. Like, I still say is because he's still here, man. Like, in my mind, like, he's still with me. It's also to educate people, man. Like, there's so much crazy things going on in the world. We just got over a pandemic. We're still technically in a pandemic, but like, we're starting to get out of it. You're seeing mental health issues. You're seeing obesity. You're seeing drug addiction. You're seeing alcohol addiction. You're seeing all these different things. And especially at a young age, like, you're seeing younger kids be more overweight. I want to be a voice for people, man. I want to be an advocate. You know, I've dealt with weight issues my whole life. I've always been a bigger kid. My family's all big people. And, you know, I want to put a stop to it. You know, I want people to understand how important it is to drink water and, you know, go outside and run or walk or just exercise, and, you know, but also like put the right foods in your body and like really, really educate people on how important it is, because you only get one body, man. And I think like you truly have to nurture it to the best of your ability. Nobody's perfect, but I think if we can, as a society and as people, like, start wrapping our arms around people and like stop pushing people away when they're really, really down and out, like, that's part of the Forever 35 Foundation, because that's what my brother would want. Like, before he passed, never forget it, man. I still got it in my phone, on my Facebook Messenger. I'll never delete it. He said, man, I'm just so proud of like what you're doing. Like, he said, man, you made it. Like, he's just like, I can't believe all the stuff that you went through, and you're able to still help people. Like, you're still able to put all your bullshit aside and try to help the next person. And he said, man, we need to get together. And then literally, like, snap of a finger, he's gone. So I got that etched in my soul, man. Like, that is, I don't think that'll ever leave me. And that's why it's so important to start this foundation and get it running and just get the word out and let people know that, like, you know, there's resources out there and there's people out there that will help fight for you, man. Like, that's what you're here for, to be a good person and help other people, man. So, man, I miss my brother, but I know that with what I'm doing now and what we're trying to accomplish, like, as my family and everybody else, like, I know we're living his legacy for him, man. And that's everything to me.